For me, although my near-death experience took place in 1982, for me it's never ended. Even though I didn't believe in a God, when I was sick I cursed God and everything else. And I must have said what all good atheists say when they meet the light, are you God? The light knows you, the source, the oversoul, the source of all, knows you intimately and very personally. So when the source speaks to you, it speaks to you so you understand it completely. There is no confusion. The next question I asked was, well, why would you create humanity? Why would humanity be created when there are such dark and evil beings? And at that moment, the light turned into a mandala, or like a big round stained glass window that was alive, and I was breathed into the center of it. And in that center, it was like I could look into every human soul, including my own, and I could see no evil at all, no darkness in any human that's ever lived. And that may shock you, it shocked me, but I was there in the nexus, the mandala of human souls. And there is something in us all, and in all of nature, and all of Gaia, that's incorruptible. No matter what you've ever done, it's incorruptible. And that is that source in you that is perfect, that is there already. And in that moment, I heard the light say, "Oh, beautiful human." It was a blessing. And in that moment, I fell in love with humanity again. And I think that's when my cancer was cured. Still gets me.
Настоящето видео е отказ от лекторията "Духът на Гея" на Мелан Томас Бенедикт, който през 1982 година умира от рак в мозъка и се връща след час и половина към живота на Земята с спомените на едно от най-проучваните близки до смъртта преживявания. Излекуван спонтанно и напълно от рака, Мелан живее и твори на планетата до 31 март 2017 година, като не спира да контактува със светлината и е наречен енциклопедия за живота отвъд от Дипак Чопра. Повече за Мелан като творец и изобретател потърсете в описанието под видеото.
So humans are very, very, very special beings. Of all the life on Earth, we have the oldest DNA, but we are the youngest species and maybe the last species on planet Earth. In our DNA is the whole history of the Earth. There's no other animal on Earth that has the DNA we have, and no other animal goes as far as we go into evolution. These are human cells. This is a human egg. This is where you begin, and this is a super close-up of this human egg. All of these systems originally evolved outside of you to come together into consciousness. It's amazing, isn't it? Our biology is really something special. And I thought I'd throw in this picture right here with the triangle. That's a microscopic picture. We're able to build these tiny little pyramids, capture our cells in them, and study them in 3D now and photograph them. This is a microstructure on just a little piece of silica. So these are the pyramids we're building today. We don't need to build these big stone things. Who needs those? These are actually very important and help us evolve. And these are human constructed. You can see how the cells are communicating. See the little threads and everything that go around? See the threads? This is super microscopic, and they can suspend them. Now things are going to get a little creepy. We have to get a little creepy for a minute to understand the big picture. And by that I mean that of the trillions of cells in our body, over 90% are microbes. 90% of who you think you are is microbes, and all of them have lives. All of them have evolution. Isn't that interesting? In the universe, most life in the universe, over 90% of life in the universe in general is microbial. Everywhere. The Earth is mostly microbial. We can't live without them. They are us. You may have a sweet tooth, microbes. You have yearnings, microbes. Brain function, microbes. Interesting, isn't it? So who are we, really? Who are we? When these are just some of the microbes that live in us and on us. We're like the Earth with all the life forms crawling all over it and inside it. We're just like the earth itself. And again, it's a little creepy, but we won't spend too much time on it. I tell people sometimes, I crossed a line years ago, I know way too much. I tell you, whatever ignorance you have left, cherish it. You'll miss it when it's gone. But I crossed the line, I can't go back. But these are not human cells. These are all microbial things that we cannot live without. We couldn't digest food, we couldn't brain function, hormones, all of that. And it's 90% of our body. So really, who are we? Who are we really? We're just beginning to see that now. We're an entire whole earth in ourselves. We're a microcosm of the earth. And of course, the water in us is salt water. It's seawater, because we come from the sea originally, and we've carried the sea with us everywhere we went. We never left the sea. We are the ocean. So if you're in a human body, you have been a part of everything that's ever happened on this planet. And that's why we have the oldest DNA. Our DNA is the book of life. Our DNA is incredibly special. Some people think this is the way evolution went, though. Homo sapiens. So that's what some people think. I used to, before I had my near-death experience. But to me, one of the greatest lessons I've learned in the Gaia perspective is that biology is sacred. It is absolutely spiritual. Why do we have to think things have to be non-physical to be spiritual? You know? Why do we think spirit is not physical? Spirit is just subtle energy. It's quanta. It's a part of quantum physics. And I predicted this many, many years ago that we would be able to quantify spirit one day. There is nothing but infinite levels of subtle and dense energy in this universe. There is nothing non-physical in the entire universe. Nothing metaphysical. And in the end, once you understand it, nothing paranormal. Look at what used to be paranormal 100 years ago. It's common sense today. What we think is paranormal today is common sense in the near future. Human DNA is like Jacob's ladder. It is the stairway to heaven. Think about that. It's constructed to actually get us into the heavens. It's actually made that way. This is angels on the head of a pin. This is a human embryo on the head of a pin. How many angels fit on the head of a pin? You started as one of these. Smaller than the head of a pin. Interesting, isn't it? This is what's so important about human DNA and human evolution. And you can get these great charts on the internet. We started out, single cell. And we do that every time you are born and go through the gestation period. Every time humans do that, we become everything. We're dinosaurs, we have gills, we evolve through every form, tails, to be born. So every time you're going through gestation in the birth process, you are reliving all of evolution, because that's how it has to happen. You can't just start out of nowhere, out of nothing, like that. We are a continuum of evolution. Each and every one of us. That's why each and every one of us is so important. No matter how rich or poor they are, and no matter how dumb or smart they are. To the whole Gaia, it all adds up. So this is Noah's Ark, by the way. If anything happens, we can evolve, de-evolve. We can create fins again, gills again. We have them on board. They're in us now. We are so adaptable. And talk about metamorphosis. The planet metamorphosizes, and we are the king of metamorphosis on this planet. And that's why we are so dear to all of nature. Forgive me for saying this, but the planet isn't suffering. It isn't crying. It's loving all this. We are the continuum, and the world loves us. The microbes love us. The trees love us. It's amazing how we are loved, and we feel it, don't we? We are so super equipped for that love frequency, and we feel the love